Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to show you cool ways to make drums. Start with opening up an operator and turn the pitch on, and then turn the pitch envelope up. I'm going to switch this to about, I don't know, like 20 decay time, shorten that down, and then I'm just going to choose a nice low note. I'm going to say around E0 to anywhere from C0 to around F0 is usually a good tone for like a kick drum or something. I'm going to do it around E for now, and then turn the peak up to get more of that snap. If it's long, if the decay is long, it sounds more like a laser, and then as you shorten it, it becomes more of a slightly more realistic percussive kind of sound. Then I'm switching to the amp envelope over here, and then fucking with the sustain and decay values. Should be good for now. I'm going to get a little less of the click. It's a little too prominent. All right, cool. Now I'm going to freeze that track, and we can look at our nice little waveform here. Pretty good. I want the click to be, I want there to sort of be a pop that emulates like a drumstick actually hitting the head of the drum itself. So I'm going to play it back here. And then I'm going to add another pitch envelope inside the sampler. But this one's going to be really, really short. Yeah, I just want to further emphasize that click. Freeze it again. Nice, nice. Okay, now I want to add a little bit of noise. So erosion works pretty well for that. I'm going to find a nice frequency that works. That sounds nice to me. Now, I'm going to put some distortion on it. I'm going to be kind of subtle, though. All right, that sounds good to me for now. Fuck it. Okay. Now, going to, make a new drum rack. And then I'm going to put that kick drum in there. Cool, cool. Let's check that out. Cool. Now let's make a hi-hat. I'm going to use another operator. I'm going to mute the kick track for now. And same thing. I'm just going to make a loop real fast. Check it out. So I am going to switch this to a square wave, and then do FM with another square wave, and another square wave, and then another one. And this is going to sound horrible, so turn it down. Now, what I want to do here is find a completely random value for the fine and the coarse. It really doesn't matter that much, I have found. And then just kind of mess with it until it doesn't sound really tonal, and it more just sounds like metallic and harmonic, if you want to be fancy. And then make it shorter. And then you can add even more FM with this. I'm going to use noise and switch it to high. Turn the amount up and the rate up of the LFO. Cool. And then high pass the shit out of it. All right, and then more erosion, but this time I'm going to leave it on sine. And then as you mess with it here, you can get quite a variety of different sounds by just messing with these variables a little bit. And, you know, just find one that you like. I'm just going to record this for a little while and see what it sounds like. Cool. And then, yep, gonna take this and drop it somewhere nice, and then just make a little pattern. Make a snare drum now. I'm gonna, you know, sort of a mid-range pitch like C2 will work here. And then add a pitch envelope again. I'm just gonna stick with a sine wave. And this, you're gonna turn it really, really short. Maybe turn the peak up a little bit. Make the amp envelope really short as well. And like, you know, kind of sounds like shit. And but for the body of the snare, I find that oftentimes you really don't want a lot of layers or elements. That's more for the higher frequencies. And then I'm just gonna add white noise, turn the attack up a little bit, shorten the decay down. Let's turn the filter envelope down a little bit too. And you know, that's like a really basic sort of 808 sounding snare right there, and that's fine for me for now. So I'm gonna freeze it, flatten it, and then sorry, one sec. Let's check it out. Sounds a little bit. I'm gonna EQ it a little bit so we can even it out. Throw one of these on there, why not? Compress it, distort it. Now I'm gonna add reverb, but keep it really short. Cool, I'm gonna freeze that again, drag it here, throw it in. Yeah, you know, that's a pretty basic start. Let's make like a bongo kind of 808 conga sound, I guess. This is really, really simple. It's just a sine wave with like a little bit of a pitch envelope. Cool. I'm gonna add redux, I guess. Why not? If you group your redux and then add another chain, it essentially works as a dry wet, and you can turn down the redux by doing that. You know, just adding a little bit of subtle high end on there is nice. And then, yep, let's throw the conga in there. Make sure we get our loop point right. synthesized all those drums right there, and I think it sounds all right. Yeah. What do I want to do now? Let me just add a little bass line and some chords, and then we'll call it that. I'm gonna put in a E minor 9 chord. So to make an E minor 9 chord, you are going to start with an E, add the minor third, which is G, and then add the fifth, which is B, seventh, which is D, and then F sharp, which is the ninth. Switch to legato to make it longer. Just hear it. Nice and soulful. Just take this one up to G minor 9. It's pretty classic. And then how about C minor 9 on the next one? And then F minor 9. Cool. So for this sound, I'm going to use a wavetable. I'm going to go for sort of like a subtractive brass sound. I'm going to start with a sawtooth wave, then make another one, detune this one a little bit, detune that one a little bit, take this one up an octave. Actually, I'm going to take this one down an octave. Turn this to low pass 24 filter, take the frequency down, turn the resonance up, and then apply envelope 2 to the filter 1 frequency. Add a little bit of attack for the swell, and then take the sustain down a little bit. Nice. Add a little bit of detune. Honestly, like, you could call it like that. I might add a little bit of pulse width modulation by clicking here, and then I'll just use the LFO here, and then turn retrig off, turn it to a pretty slow rate, turn the amount down. Just subtle, you know, you don't have to be super intense about your values all the time. All right. Cool, and then I'm going to use a compressor and side chain it to the kick, I guess, because that's the thing people do. So now what I'm going to do is add another MIDI track, take these chords, delete everything except for the root note, take it down an octave, you know, take it down 2 octaves, I guess. Then I'm going to put a quick rhythm in here. So I'm highlighting the root note. I want to add maybe the third one or 2 times, and the fifth as well. I'm going to do that on this one as well here, just syncopating it a little bit so it doesn't get stale and boring. And then I'm adding the 7th of C minor 7 here, because you can do that. And then I'm just going to take the same rhythm for this half and put it here, take it down, and slightly syncopate it. And let's add another wavetable. Turn the sub on. I'm going to add a triangle wave. Switch it to mono, take the release down a little bit. Then I'm going to add a square wave as well, detune a little bit. Take the filter frequency down, turn the resonance up a little bit, turn the envelope up. Take this down a little bit, sustain down, decay down. A little less resonance there. I'm going to EQ it. Take the mids out a little bit because I don't want the drums to interfere with the bass. let's just throw a quick side chain on the kick. Alright, and very last thing, let me take these chords, put an arpeggiator on them, throw them on a new synth, and I'm just going to real fast just throw in a little synth so we have something else in there. I'm going to add a little vibrato by adding the pitch to LFO1, turning the rate up, turning the amount very low because we don't want it intense. One, two, three, four. All right, thanks.